Channel 1 News. Our top headline story tonight: animal rights activists are demanding that a Chinese shopping center end the cramped captivity of a polar bear named Pizza. The bear is confined to a small display in the city of Guangzhou. This prompted millions of animal lovers to call for the release of what they called the world's saddest polar bear. Going live now to Raven with our top zoologist, Theodore Colarusso.
So, do you feel as though zoos are able to mimic an animal's natural habitat?
No, it's actually impossible to do that. Zoos try to recreate it as best as they can. For example, if you've been looking at the news, there's a polar bear named Pizza in China that they've been putting in a mall. And Pizza apparently has gone crazy seeing the people, and it's actually reverting to its natural instincts. Now the Chinese are now trying to move that to a bigger mall to provide it more space. Unfortunately, same mistakes over again. So zoos can never recreate the natural environment.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Colarusso. So, how do you feel about animals being kept in mall as eye candy?
Eye candy for animals, not a good idea. Animals are kind of wild creatures, and as humans look at them, they're going to revert to their, natural instincts.
So, keeping animals in zoos has been a controversial topic. Some argue that zoos raise awareness for endangered animals, while others argue that zoos lack the space animals need, leaving them unhealthy and depressed. What is your stance on this topic?
Well, if a zoo is keeping an animal in its proper environment, it's giving it space, it's feeding it what it normally would feed, I don't have a problem with it. However, there are lots of zoos that mistreat animals. They require space, they don't give them the required food, they don't give them the required medical treatment, and that's, in my opinion, inhumane.
So, do you think it's possible for zoos to mimic an animal's natural environment?
Absolutely not. Zoos are meant just for people.
Thanks, Raven. We just received breaking news that the polar bear Pizza will be moving, but it will only be temporarily, his owners say. Now we're going to field reporter Raven Sims, who interviewed a tourist in China on the topic.
Thanks, Milena. So, Mr. DeFeo, do you like polar bears?
Yes, I do like polar bears. They're white and fluffy. What is not to like?
Okay. And how do you feel about polar bears being kept as attraction for shoppers?
I think that that's a terrible idea. And when I heard about that story, I was really appalled. The malls just meant to be for picking up clothes and gadgets and things like that. There's no need to keep a polar bear in there for people to be to look at.
And lastly, do you think a mall is an adequate place to keep a polar bear?
No, yeah, so I definitely don't. Like I said, I think it's just meant to be food court and stores. There's zoos and there's other places for polar bears to be that would be a much better spot for them than in a mall.
Okay, thank you, Mr. DeFeo. And back to you, Melina.
Thanks, Raven. And what a touching story. Let us know what you think on our Twitter account, America's Best News. Next, we have the weather.